Today, we're going to talk about the number one financial risk that retirees face. I say we, I'm going to bring my co-host, Tony Shore. Tony, welcome to the show.
Thanks,
We've talked
Dan.
about different risks in retirement,
Yes, we have.
but I have a new one, and it's new in 2024. It's not a new risk, but it's now my number one that retirees face. And we've done shows on the three punches. You remember what those are? Because I'm going to put the shows up here for the viewers on YouTube. Watch the show on the three punches. These are the three punches to the face of retirement. But that's not what we're going to talk about today. This one is even more of a risk, a bigger risk, more painful risk. It's not a market correction. It's not a negative health event, and it's not a needy family member. What do you think it is? The biggest financial risk? If you had to guess.
Taxes?
Taxes. That's a good one. Some people say taxation is theft, but the biggest risk for financial catastrophe is
Oh,
getting
wow.
scammed.
Wow.
It's
Yeah,
getting scammed.
I should have believed that. And they're stepping it up. I've been getting a lot more scams in my email, my text calls.
It is outrageous. I'm going to give you some stories. Now, before you turn this off because you're like, oh, that's not a risk for me, I'm never going to be scammed. You will, or someone you know will. And
Yes.
so, if anything, pay attention to the things that I'm going to talk about. Listen to these stories of people that I know. These are intelligent people. These are not the local yokel. These are people that know what's going on and have been absolutely destroyed financially by these people that should be in jail. They are the scum of the earth, but they're doing it more and more. I'm going to go through all the different tactics they use. I want to give you all the red flags because I'm tired of it. And I'm getting upset because I've just have been dealing with it this week. And yet another victim has come to me with the story, and it's just outrageous. So, and if you have any examples, Tony, let me know. And if you're listening and you've been scammed or you know someone who has been and you want to share your story, write it in the comments. Make your story heard because I think people need to hear these. So there's a bunch of scams. I'm going to go through a bunch just so that people are aware of these. You may have heard some of them before, that some of them are as tale as old as time. But the first one is an imposter scam. Not impasta, Tony. We're not talking about noodles here. Um, Imposter scams. So this is going to be your electric company calling you up saying, "Hey, your bill's past due. You got to pay it now, or we're going to shut off your electricity." This is one from I remember. I think it was 2009. I had someone call me up and say, "My grandson is in a jail in Canada, calling me saying he needs bail money. He wants me to Western Union money. Can you help me Western Union money?" No, no, I cannot and I will not. So these are people pretending to be someone that they're not, tricking you into it. The big one lately is, "Hey, I'm from Amazon and your account's been hacked." Really? Really? So that's very common one. And you said you've been getting a few of those lately, Tony?
Yeah, a lot of them. And I don't know if it's because I'm getting older, I'm getting closer to that 60 mark. You're right. I'm in my 50s. And as I get older, I think they really target older people. They must have access to like the AARP mailing list or something because they target seniors so much. My parents, they're bombarded with it. And my mother-in-law is bombarded with it. And now I'm starting, but I heard it's across the board. And I just saw a special. It was CBS or ABC News did a whole special on the romance scams. It's kind of a take on that. And they're using text. They'll text you and say, hey, this is so and so. I'm looking forward to this. And then you text them back, "Oh, sorry, you have the wrong number." and then they start a conversation, and they're very good at it. And
Yep.
and so they say, "Oh, I'm so sorry to have bothered you. I must have gotten confused, blah, blah, blah." And then they'll say something, "I'm just trying to get a hold of somebody too," and it'll be something you're into because they search your social media. And then they try to develop a relationship, and then they say, "Oh, and they talk, and then they say, let's meet." And then somehow they end up getting money from you. And they don't ask for
Yep.
money. It's a long con, right?
Right.
And
Yep.
people have
Playing the
lost
long game.
hundreds of thousands of dollars, individuals, not
Yep.
collectively, right?
Yep. The romance scams are big.
Yeah,
I've seen it. I've talked to people that have gone through it. Some
yeah,
still going through it. They don't realize it. Um, hey, next thing you know, you're getting married to somebody. Oh, we got to pay for my flight to come visit you. I'm going to come visit you. I met you on Facebook, and now I'm going to come visit you. Pay for my flight. I'll be there. Oh, flight was canceled. They won't refund my money. Can you send me more? I'll come again the next week. And people are desperate. And a lot of times they're older in retirement. So that's why I'm
yeah,
talking about this.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. It's
it's
tough.
you get lonely, you lose a spouse, you feel like, hey, this is finally someone that gets me, and it's probably not even a
No,
person, or it's probably a group of people working in a sweatshop somewhere that are just trying to get you to give you your money. Online scams are a big one. It just happened with my son. He wants new cleats now. $300, over $300 for a pair of cleats for soccer. Ridiculous, right?
right.
So, and I told him such. So what does he do? He looks for a deal, and he found one. Only 125 for the same pair. But, he's 13. So what does he know? He's like, why wouldn't you buy it from this random website? Again, if it's too good to be true, it
Right.
probably is.
Right. And a
Um,
lot of if you're on Facebook, and I know a lot of our listeners and viewers, Dan, are on Facebook, the Facebook ads for things that I'm into records. So I see Facebook ads for collectible records. Beatles box set, every Beatles record remastered in a nice box, and they show it. It's
mhm.
immaculate. They show this box, and it's like only $120 right now. And then on the record collecting forums, like, "Oh, I tried that, it's a scam, it never
Yeah,
comes." And so a
right.
lot of Facebook, you think, "Oh, it's an ad on Facebook, it has to be legit, or Facebook wouldn't allow it." Nope, that's not true. A lot of
Yep.
them are foreign companies, and they just take your money. And I've bought things on Facebook that I never received, and then the ad's long gone, and the
Yep.
website
The website's
disappears.
gone. Yep.
Yeah,
Online all the time. It's so trying to teach my kids that, but it's very because it's like, oh, this looks legit. Oh, credit card. I'll give my credit card. Money's gone, or
yeah,
I'll pay by crypto, and so those things are easily done, and it's going to get worse. The imposter scam is going to get worse because they're going to be able to mimic the voice of someone you know. They're going to be able to use artificial intelligence to make it so real.
yeah.
And so you think, oh my God, no, this person loves me, or that is my grandson. No, it's not. Go
Right,
pick up the phone, call the person.
right.
So I had an example of a client contact me via email and said, hey, Dan, I need a $20,000 from my account, which was unusual because we have never done anything like this with him. We've taken money out before, but not like this. And so I said, okay, what's going on? Oh, I'm getting surgery and I need extra money. Um, so that brought up a red flag because I helped him get on Medicare. So I'm like, what kind of surgery requires 20? But whatever.
Right.
Okay. Well, which account? So we're going back and forth for email, and I'm not doing anything yet. I'm just getting some more information, and then, um, and it's like, okay, well, we could fill out the forms needed. Oh, can we just do it quick without forms? Okay. No, you know that. But here's the form we're going to need to fill out, work on it, and then we'll talk. Oh, I can't talk. The surgery is on my throat. Best to
Oh,
use email. Sends me the form back, signed with his signature. I look at it. You know, that's his signature. Um, but uh, to a different bank account I've never heard of. Send the money here. And I'm like, this is not right. So I call him up because I was going to call him up anyway to confirm this. I'm not going to submit and take money out of have them submit something to remove money without confirming. Call him up, like, hey, what's going on? I don't know what's going on. You sound pretty good. Well, I hope so. You're not getting throat surgery? He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, when's the last time you were in your email? I don't. Someone hacked into his email, impersonated him, and was sending financial instructions to people. It could easily happen. Someone can hack your Facebook account. Hey Tony, I'm stuck in Mexico. My cruise, can you send me $50 so I can, it happens.
Yeah.
It's getting more and more. Now here's the more recent one that was really what prompted me to do this show. Technology scam and compromise scam. I'm going to combine these into a quick story for people. I had a person contact me saying they're in trouble. They want my opinion, what they can do. They got contacted by a financial company. Oh no, what actually happened, and this is the very most common one, they got a screen pop up, said your computer is compromised, hacked, call Microsoft now, call security company ABC now to get it unlocked. And people like, oh my God, I can't click around. I can't touch it. Happens to my dad all the time. He
Yeah.
calls me. He's like, my computer says I'm locked out. I'm like, don't do anything.
Happens to
Be
my
right over.
mother-in-law all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And so the last thing you want to do is call the number it tells you to call.
Oh,
Because
never.
now, right? So what happened is you call the number. Hey, my computer's locked. What do I do? Oh, perfect. We got you just in time. We got to hurry up because your account's being hacked. Here's what you do. Go to this website, type in this passcode. I'm going to get a screen share. I'm going to be able to help you through this. As soon as you do that, they have control of your computer. They have complete control of your computer. They see all your files. They can print stuff on your printer. They can access everything they want. And they could show you anything they want. Oh, look at this. Is this your bank account? Here, log in to make sure. Oh no, look at that. Money's gone. No, it's not. And then you see fake charges. They mimic it. They put up fake stuff, and they got you. And now they have access to your computer indefinitely until you shut it down. And people don't know to shut it down. So he did this, and they said, "Oh, it's going to cost you $1,000 to get for the software to fix it." Pays the $1,000. A couple of weeks later, same problem. Oh, yeah, we got another one. Let's do it. Another $1,000. So on and so on. Then he starts getting offers from another financial company. Hey, we can get you 8%. Give us your IRA money, but you can't get anything out for 6 months. Okay, sounds great. 8%, I'll take it. Goes in 6 months later. Can I get my interest? Oh, because you had that hack, it's going to take an extra month. And then he starts, but if you add more money now, we could speed it up. Next thing you know, long story short, hundreds of thousands of the IRA gone. Gone. What they tell you is send it to us via crypto, log in here, give us gift cards. I had people scratching off gift cards and giving them the name. I've had a client go to a crypto little machine, ATM machine,
Yep.
and give their money away, all in the name of helping them unlock their account, fix the security breach, so on and so forth. It's criminal. It's totally believable. These people are not fools, but they broke down.
They make it
They
so believable, and the fact that they have to know you will never get Microsoft on the phone. That's the key. Just know you're never going to talk to Microsoft on the phone. You're never going to talk to Amazon on the phone. You're never going to talk to Google on the phone. Apple. You can't get a hold of a real person on the phone for those companies.
No, and they're not going to call you and say your account's hacked.
No.
Let's fix it by
No.
sending gift cards. They're not going to fix it
No.
by sending crypto or wiring money to
No.
Bangladesh.
But they make it
wherever.
so believable, and they ease you into it in such a believable way. And if you've been, if you feel you might have been conned like this, don't feel bad about it. That millions of people every day are
Every day.
susceptible to these scams.
We're talking billions has gone from seniors accounts, mostly retirees, have
Yeah.
gone out.
Yep.
Last one I want to mention is a natural disaster scams. Happens a lot in Florida after a
Huh.
hurricane. House is leaking, roof leaking. Someone comes, oh, let me fix it. I'll do it. Sign here, pay me now, and then they don't show up to fix it. That happens a lot, and those are the worst of the worst because people are really physically compromised at that point. Let me just go through some warning signs here. Now, as soon as pop-up comes on your computer, it's not going to be real. If it is real, well, call up call up a local tech company to come help you and fix it for you. It's not going to be calling up the number on the screen. Don't do anything.
And don't click a link on a pop-up.
Don't click links on emails. That's how it all starts. Don't
Yeah.
click a link saying, "Oh, we charge your account $50 for Amazon Prime." Well, I don't buy Amazon Prime. Let me click that and tell them they're wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, you are right. We must have done that on
Or
accident.
click here to get
Oh,
your
here, let's fix
yeah,
it. Let's
get
get a
your
refund.
credit. Yeah, we're
Let's get your
refunding.
credit.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Oh, we went to credit you $50, but we credited you 5,000. Now you have to hurry up and give us back the 5,000, or else I'm gonna call the police on you. What? Oh, and I want you to send it via crypto because that's the only way we can do things here at Amazon. It sounds ridiculous to you listening to it now, but in the heat of the moment, you don't really know it. You're not comfortable. You don't like owing people money. You don't like doing things that are wrong. They're playing off your emotions. They're playing off a lot of um, negative emotions, or they're professionals.
Yep.
They're professionals.
It's easy to say, well, that sounds ridiculous. I would never fall for that. But I say that, and I've done shows with you and talked a lot about the different scams. I know about them, and I almost got suckered into a sweepstakes winner scam
Yeah,
because they said, call us, and they left a message, and the message was so professional. It's like you won, and then luckily I at the last minute I'm like something didn't feel right. I'm like this is great. I'm gonna call, and then I'm like I don't know. And then I looked
right,
it up. I went to the Publishers Clearinghouse, and they said we will never call you,
right.
and don't ever
And
call
and
us.
and
So
if you did win, let them show up with a check at your door.
right,
Don't don't
yeah,
say, "Oh, how do I get it?" Well, you won $40 million, but you need to just give us 500. You need to give us 5,000 in order to unlock it. Oh,
yeah,
sure. Here's 5,000. I'll give it to you. It's a scam. And there's always high pressure. There's always a sense of urgency. There's always secreted. Oh, don't tell anyone what you're doing. When the bank teller asks you why, tell them this. Don't tell them the truth. What? Don't tell them that there's been a compromise on your bank account. Tell them that you're giving money to your long lost cousin in Singapore, right? No, no, that's not how it works. And
right,
don't pay in an unusual way. If you truly did get hacked and your bank credit card or Amazon account or your YouTube, whatever, your your cable bill, they're not going to say wire money or send us cryptocurrency. They're
right.
just not.
No,
But in the heat of the moment, you fall for it. So don't pay an unusual way, and don't give them personal information. Someone calls up, "Oh, we just need your PIN. What's your PIN?" No, because they probably hacked your computer and they're putting the data in. So all of these things are red flags.
yeah,
Don't do it.
yeah,
Call up a friend and run it past them, and don't be embarrassed because that's what usually happens. You start to think, "Oh my gosh, maybe this is a scam." But if I tell someone now, I'll look like an idiot. Well, better to look like a fool to your friend and stop the madness than to be drained. Because here's what happened. Back to the story. So my client, um, well, this person lost their entire IRA, and now the new problem is that they have a over $60,000 IRS bill because they took the money out of their IRA and gave it to the scammers, and now the IRS wants taxes on the IRA distribution. The IRS doesn't care that it was stolen, theoretically, through theft, because you took it out. You wired the money. So how are we to know that it's not, you don't truly have a sister that living in Guam, or different country actually
Yeah,
in
sure.
Venezuela, right?
Wow.
So in the past, you used to be able to write off theft, but for tax years 2018 to 2025, the Trump tax cuts, part of that, it doesn't allow you to write off
Right.
theft unless it's a federally declared disaster. So you used to be able to fill out IRS form 4684 to write off if some con artist took your money. Can't do that anymore. Bernie Madoff, right? That used to be the big one. Ponzi schemes. They still exist for sure, but
Oh, sure. Yeah.
these are the new Bernie Madoffs. These are the new Ponzi schemes. They're much more sinister. They're hard to catch. They don't live in your neighborhood helping you out, and they might.
And
They
it's hard
might.
for
You
our
always can.
government or authorities to catch them because they're typically in other countries where there's, you
Right.
know,
And cryptocurrency is untraceable for the most part. Wiring money is once it's like a day, it's gone. There's not much you can do. And so you're not going to get the money back, which is why I'm saying this is the number one risk. Because if the market crashes, well, you knew by buying stocks and bonds or whatever that you can lose money there. And that's what happens. But it'll come back, or you knew the risk. You assume the risk. You can hire a professional to reduce the risk. But when you give money away through crypto to a scammer in another country, there's no chance, right?
right. Yeah. People don't recoup money from these scams. You don't get it back.
So let me conclude by saying protecting your assets against financial risks is something you can do. You can buy insurance to help you protect against catastrophic health problem. You can you can invest in less risky assets to protect against a market correction, and you can even hire a counselor to protect against the needy family member coming and working with you, or you could do a lawyer and create some sort of legal barriers to losing money through family. But when it comes to these scams, it's on you. It's on you to prevent it, because you can't buy insurance against this type of thing. And they'll come out of the blue when you're least expecting it. And you got no one to blame but yourself. But and of course, I'm not blaming the victim here, but oh, there's no defense except being aware and making sure that you're helping yourself, but also telling your friends and family, hey, don't fall for this. Talk to your loved ones, talk to your parents, talk to your kids about what's been happening, because it can easily happen to you. And man, if I can prevent at least one by doing this video, I think I'm happy about that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true, and I really hope our listeners take heed and are very wary. Don't click on links. Don't call numbers given to you or return texts to people you don't know. Make sure you do know them. If they say there's somebody that you know, hang up or ignore the text or email and call the number you know is that person's number.
Right.
Yeah,
If it's a bank saying that you've been hacked, hang up, call the bank back.
yeah,
If you've been hacked, they'll be like, "Why'd you hang up on me?" Right?
yeah,
But call the number on the card, call the number on the bank's website,
yeah,
not, or go to the local bank teller and be like, "Hey,
yeah,
help me out."
yeah.
Well, hopefully, you don't know anyone that fell for this, and if you're still listening, that you'll spread the word, because it's real and it's nasty. And
It
if we
is.
can prevent other people from falling victim to it, we'll be in a better spot. Thanks for a good show, Tony. We'll catch you
Thanks,
next week.
Dan.
All matters discussed in today's show are for informational purposes only.
This show is not investment advice.
Dan Riddle nor Dolphin Financial Group are affiliated or endorsed by any government agency.
Investment advisory services are offered through Dolphin Wealth Management, Inc., a registered investment advisor in the state of Florida.
Insurance products and services are offered through Dolphin Insurance, Inc.
Dolphin Wealth Management, Inc. and Dolphin Insurance, Inc. are affiliated companies doing businesses as Dolphin Financial Group.
You should talk to someone at Dolphin Financial Group before implementing any of these strategies or ideas.